I can't play the actual Strictly intro for my intro. At least not by itself. I guess I'll just do this. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Strictly Come Dancing, the unofficial podcast. Happy to have you here. For those who might not know, my name is Turtle Boy. You can call me Turtle, and I am coming at you live from my super secret recording location, that of course being, well, I'm not going to tell you, then it wouldn't be super secret, obviously. I apologize for not uploading a episode last weekend. Things ended up getting really hectic on my end, and I did not have time to record an episode. So we're going to do week 10 and musical week all in one episode today, and then next week we will wrap things up with the semifinal and final. Although that episode might be coming out on Monday instead, because I am going to be moving next weekend. So things might be a little bit hectic, but I'm going to try my best to get an episode out by Monday. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's just talk about week 10 and musical week of series 16. Starting it off with
Dancing the Tango, Charles Venn and Karen Clifton.
I watched this whole thing very confused. I don't really know how to feel about this tango. It's kind of like an what is it called in Mandela Catalog? Anomaly. It's like an anomaly. I don't know how to feel about it. I watched the whole thing confused. Like, I don't know. This doesn't really feel like a tango to me. I don't know why. Like, I guess it's fine, but I watched the whole thing with a puzzled expression. Like, what is going on here? I don't even know if it's good or bad. It's just like, I'm just like, it just confuses me. And I don't know why it does. Also, why does Charles's tango face look like he's mewing? I can't unsee it now. It looks like he's mewing, and I low-key kind of hate it. Okay, so this tango got a 6 from Craig and an 8 from the rest of the judges. Okay, I'm glad they enjoyed it. I just watched it confused, but to each their own, I guess.
Dancing the Quickstep, Graham Swan and Oti Mabuse.
His outfit is so dumb. Graham, it's giving sailor. I know that's the point, but you look ridiculous. So this Quickstep, it's not enough in sync for me. Like, when they were moving slowly and hold, it was fine. But the second the speed goes up, not in sync enough. Like, it's in sync, but not in sync enough. You know, it's kind of hard to explain. Quickstep should be so in sync, it looks like the movements are, like, from one in the same body. And this just didn't feel like that. It was in sync, but not that kind of Quickstep in sync that we expect. You know? And Graham had trouble with one of the kicks. But that's really all I have to say about it. Yeah. Not in sync enough. Sorry. 6 is across the board. Okay. Sure.
Dancing the Waltz, Faye Tozer and Giovanni Panici.
This was mesmerizing. This was incredible. It started and I was like, oh, okay, a waltz. Okay, whatever. Probably won't be my fave, but I'll watch it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, where did I just get teleported off to? And how long have I been gone? Because, oh my gosh, this was incredible. I felt so entranced watching it. It was so beautiful and amazing. That's all I have to say. It was just so cool. The spin and the fleck roll and the frame. Dude, some magic was going on there on the dance floor at that moment. Faye Tozer is a wizard. Okay, this got a 9 from Craig, because Craig loves to hate, and a 10 from the rest of the judges because they performed magic on the Strictly dance floor. So, yeah, a 10 feels right. Let's go with a 10.
Dancing the Salsa, Lauren Stedman and AJ Pritchard.
When I remembered that this was the dance that Lauren and AJ were doing this week, I literally had to, pause because I love this routine so much. I love their salsa. This just has really nice partner work. I think just their characters that they're putting on and all of the tricks and flips together are really, really lovely. I love the little teasing at the start. I love it. I noticed 1 or 2 little stutters, but this routine makes me so happy. I'm so biased to so many of Lauren and AJ's routines, so I'm just like, well, it's not perfect, but it does make me so, so happy. So I I can't put it too far back, I can't do it like that. Also, the outfits were a slay. The color combinations were lovely. Just have to say that. I love it when the outfits slay. So this got a 5. Okay. And it got 6s from the rest of the judges. That's bottom of the leaderboard. I don't agree with that. I just don't. What was the problem with it? I don't understand the problem. Like, they weren't in hold for a lot of it because they were doing, again, all those flips and tricks. But should that count against it? I don't think so. I don't know. They all turned into haters for a second, not just Craig. Whoa. We only have enough room for one hater on the judges' table, guys. Calm down.
Dancing the Samba, Ashley Roberts and Pasha Kovala.
At the end of this routine, Pasha spins her onto the floor, and she's, like, holding herself up on one foot. And it's, like, amazing the way that she's bent on the floor, spinning on one foot. Dude, wow, that was so cool. Ashley puts on such a show. It's crazy. She has such an amazing presence on the dance floor. Like, even if the dance is bad, which this is not, but, like, even if a dance was bad, which doesn't happen when you're Ashley Roberts, but, it would still be great because she puts on such a fun, energetic, like, sassy character. It just makes the whole thing so great. This was just really fun. And that samba roll, starting off a routine with an A+ samba roll is amazing. Like, it's hard to get much better than that. And it kept that great consistency, like, through the whole routine. Super great moments, both in and out of hold. This was just so lovely and fun. I thought it was great. So this got an 8 from Craig, a 9 from Darcy, a 9 from Shirley, and a 10 from Bruno. Bruno loves a good time. What can I say?
Dancing Street Commercial for their couple's choice, Joe Sugg and Diane Buslow.
This is one of my favorite routines from Joe and Diane. Actually, this one and their one next week are two of my favorite ones from them. They're both so great. So this was their couple's choice, and they chose street because Joe could not be caught dead doing contemporary. So yeah, they chose street commercial, and it was the right choice because this is so fun. This is so much fun. I love the choreography with both the small basketballs and the large basketballs at the end. I love the choreography with the towels. That used to be like my favorite thing they ever did on the show, was the towel choreography. So freaking good. Also, Diane did the last bit of this routine with her mic pack like dragging on the floor, and she still killed it. We love it when the outfit wardrobe malfunction does not stop the routine from slaying. Jump around, as I call it, the Joe and Diane street commercial. It's just like, how could you not enjoy it? Like, it's like so hard to watch this and not smile while you watch it. It's so freaking fun. This was such a fun episode. There's so many little character things I love, like Diane being a coach persona, like cheering on Joe's footwork, like clapping and making sure that he's on beat. And the way they both take a moment to like brush themselves off at one point when they're on the big basketballs. It's just such like a nice detail. And I loved being able to notice little things about it every time I watch it. And it just makes the whole thing such a fun experience every single time that I watch through it. Wow, I love this street commercial. I got too into it and I almost passed out. Okay, so this got a 7 from Craig, an 8 from Darcy, and a 10 from Shirley. And Bruno, I remember this. I remember afterwards they looked at each other like, yeah, that's right. We were right in giving that a 10. And then when they were up with Claudia getting their scores and everyone was going jump, jump, and jumping up and down. I love the little Strictly family. God, I miss them.
Dancing the Paso Doble, Stacey Dooley and Kevin Clifton.
The love I have for this Paso Doble. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is my favorite routine from Stacey. My favorite Paso of this series. One of my favorite Pasos of all time. It's definitely in like my top 3. Like, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. The Paso Doble as a routine, like overall, is inspired by a matador, however you say it, and the cape. And this is the routine I think that does that the best. Like, just the whole thing, oh my gosh, it's so giving matador and cape. This doesn't feel like a routine. This feels like a whole show. I feel like I witnessed a whole story in the span of a minute and a half. They covered every inch of that floor. They wait to do paso travel until the very end, and I love it. Like, they spend the whole routine chasing each other like cat and mouse until they finally come together at the end in that paso hold, and it is amazing. Stacy's little sassy moments when Kevin tries to walk up to her and she gives him the hand like, no, don't you touch me. This is not about you right now. Like, oh my gosh, queen. She is on her queen shit. And this is the one that won it all. This is the routine that took the trophy. So, like, that's all I need to say. It's flawless. It's amazing. It is so incredible. Oh my gosh. And it's to no lyrics, like a song with no lyrics, which I'm such a sucker for. Like, oh my gosh, yes. This is such a good paso. So Craig and his hater ass gave this a 9, and it got a 10 from the rest of the judges, which is correct. And Craig needs to understand the assignment next time before he picks up his paddles. Thank you. Okay. So before we move to the dance-off, we have to sadly talk about the elephant in the room. I don't want to, but it wouldn't be proper talking about this week without talking about the Lindy Hopathon. So every single year, well, not every single year, but quite a few years up until this point, they would always do like a themed thon. Like, I think a series before this was Paso Doble thon. I know they did one for Viennese at a point, Viennese waltz, where they just have all the teams dance at the same time. And then the judges just have to like pick who's dancing the best, which I don't even know how you could focus on everyone at once, but pop off. And they don't do them anymore because of this one. Like, this is the one that stopped it. The Lindy Hopathon ruined everything. What happened was they had all of the teams' scores written out on like an iPad or something, but the iPad like turned off, or like erased it. I don't really even know. So they had to work off of a piece of paper, but they like wrote down all the teams wrong. Oh my god, it's absurd. People still make memes about it, which is correct, because it's just ridiculous. Hearing Do Your Thing will either make you think of Bobby and Diane's Charleston or the Lindy Hopathon. It's like a it's like there's girls only have 2 moods. Anyway, yeah, it was ridiculous and a train wreck. I'm not even going to talk about it because there's no point to. I couldn't even focus on everyone at once. I can barely focus on one routine at a time. You think I can focus on friggin', like, how many teams are still left? 7 teams at a time? No. So anyway, dance off. Let's talk about it now. So this dance off, this episode, was ridiculous, honestly. It was between Graham and Odie for their quick step, which I can understand. Tell me why Ashley and Pasha are here. For their samba. No! Incorrect. No. Charles and Karen just went out there and literally, like, did an anomaly of a routine, and they were not in this dance-off? I don't understand that, but okay. But thankfully, all the judges were correct in saving Ashley and Pasha. So Graham and Odie are now out of the competition. I would agree with that because they had the better routine, and it's just plain and simple. I think that their routine was better. And that is really all there is to say. What topped the leaderboard this episode? It was a tie between Faye and Giovanni's waltz and Stacy and Kevin's Paso Doble. Yes! Stacy Dooley Paso, how I love you so much. Okay. Whoa, something just moved in my room. Anyway, musical week. We're doing musical week now. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love musical week. 3 of these routines are like some of my faves ever. So I'm so excited to talk about them. Okay, real quick, just want to say that the opening routine for this week is one of, if not my favorite opening routines ever. It is so fun, and I love that AJ and Diane got to dance together because they're my 2 fave pros at the time. The way the celebs got to join in at the end, walking down the stairs, was so lovely, and just every time I watch it, it makes me overwhelmed with happiness. I love it. I'm also a big ABBA fan, so that helped a lot. Yeah, it was just absolutely lovely. Fantastic way to open the episode. It was great. 10 out of 10, no notes. What I do have notes on, however, is these routines, so let's just get right into it. Let's talk about them.
Dancing the rumba from the musical West Side Story, Charles Venn and Karen Clifton.
I mean, it was pretty, I guess. I feel bad. I feel like I'm doing Charles and Karen really dirty this episode. I feel like Claudia saying this, but this rumba, the first part was literally just them walking around. Like there was really nothing special about it. And the backup dancers shouldn't have even been there because they did nothing the entire time. Literally, the way the stage is set, they're like in the shadows the entire time. What was the point of them even being there? It did get better as it went on. I did like it more as it progressed, but like not by a lot. And that is the end of that statement. So let's see the scores. Okay, so this got an 8 from Craig and a 9 from the rest of the judges. I guess I just don't get the hype, ? I don't know.
Dancing the American Smooth from the musical Les Miserables, Stacey Dooley and Kevin Clifton.
So this was weird. It's not bad. It's just weird. I can't tell if I like the background dancers in this or not. Like, some parts I liked, and then some parts I felt like it was too much. Like, I felt like they were overpowering the dance. And it was just like, I don't know. I can't tell if it was cool. Like, it was cool, but I don't know if it was like, yeah, I like this. This is cool. Or like, oh, okay, you're doing too much for me right now. Can you just calm down? Like, this is not about you. But the dress transformation was sick. I've never really seen that in a Strictly routine where the whole dress kind of changes. I know they just like tore a layer off of the top, but I thought it was really cool. And Stacey's dress in this is probably one of, if not my favorite things she wore in the whole series. So yeah, loved that whole thing. Loved that kind of stuff. That's really all I had to say about this one. So the scores, whoa, this got good scores. A 9 from Craig, a 9 from Darcy, a 10 from Shirley, and a 10 from Bruno. I know Bruno was crying over this one, so yeah. I guess if you cry, you kind of have to give it a 10. That's why contemporaries work so well. Wow, guys, we solved it.
Dancing the quick step from the musical Funny Girl, Ashley Roberts and Pasha Coffin.
See, my issue with this one is I like it when they do wide shots for quick steps because it's the routine that I want to see the footwork for the most, because quick step footwork is just like so cool to watch. And I don't think there was enough of those in this. Like, I want to see the footwork along with Ashley and Pasha's beautiful faces, and I couldn't. So I can't even judge to say if the footwork was good. I'm sure it was lovely, but I couldn't see it because the camera people wouldn't back up. It was good though. Like, I still did enjoy it a lot. I really do like this song, and the set and theming was really great. I did notice one small timing error, but other than that, it was pretty freaking good. I enjoyed it a lot. Love me a good quick step, especially music all week. Like, yes, this is great. So this got a 9 from Craig, a 10 from Darcy, a 9 from Shirley, and a 10 from Bruno. I wonder why Darcy gave this one a 10. I don't remember her comments, but pop off, Darcy, I guess. She likes it, and that's pretty cool.
Dancing the American Smooth from the musical South Pacific, Lauren Stedman and AJ Pritchard.
Oh my gosh, I have so many notes for this one. Okay, so this is my favorite American Smooth ever. Not just of this series, or this week, or this team. Well, obviously, this team, they only do one. Just ignore that. But it's my favorite American Smooth ever. I could just say that and move on, but I won't, because you need to know why it's my favorite. This is Lauren's highest scored routine, and it deserves that 100%, because it is so good. Oh my gosh. My favorite part of this routine is when they, the backup dancers kind of like freeze in time, and the lights dim on them, and then Lauren and AJ spin around them. Like, it is amazing. It gives me goosebumps every single time. They travel so well in hold together. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. They really do cover so much of the floor, and so lovely at that. At the end, when Lauren is doing, like, they're doing those little lifts with one leg in the air and one leg on AJ, and then he spins her, it's not off his arm. Are her arms around his neck? I don't know, but her feet are in the air, and he's spinning her, and they're still in hold. Like, oh my gosh. I love it. It's so cute. They're so cute in this. And it brought my grandma to tears. So if anyone says something bad about this routine, it's on site, okay? Because it made my grandma cry. So that's that. This got an 8 from Craig and a 9 from the rest of the judges. And it makes me really mad that Lauren and AJ never got a 10. Because if there was any time to give AJ a 10, this is the moment. And they missed their moment. And I hope it keeps them up at night, because it deserved a 10. Okay, sorry, moving on.
Dancing the Charleston from The Sound of Music, Faye Tozer and Giovanni Paniccia.
Lonely Goat Herd. Oh my gosh, are you stunning. Faye Tozer, you've done it again. Oh my gosh, this Charleston is so freaking good. This is my second favorite Charleston ever. Favorite Charleston of this series. This is, oh my god, this is a routine where like words alone cannot express how good it is. Like this is one you have to see for yourself. It's so amazing. So many of the comments on this video were just people expressing how happy this routine makes them. Like a lot of comments being like, I know when I'm in a bad mood, I can always come to this video and it'll like cheer me up instantly. Or there was one comment that was like, is it weird I watch this once a month as an antidepressant? And I'm like, dude, I feel that because I watch it at least once a month too. Like it's just so fun and joyful and amazing. It's so complicated, but it's so effortlessly pulled off. Like they just make it look so effortless. Like, oh my god, it's insane. It's so characterized in the best way possible. It's so in sync. It's so fun. There's a reason this was voted the most iconic routine of this series. Like, it deserves that. It deserves that title. This is absolutely beautiful. My gosh, what a Charleston. What a Charleston. Lonely Goat Herd, you will always be iconic. You will always be amazing. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so this got a perfect score, which is what it deserves. Sorry, girl, calm down. Calm down. But yes, I'm glad it got a perfect score. That deserves a perfect score. Oh my gosh.
Dancing the Salsa from the musical Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Joe Sugg and Diane Buswell.
And yet it can't beat out Joanne. How many times are they going to top my list each week? Too many. My bias is so strong. But this is the first routine I got really, really obsessed with. Like, every so often, I'll find a Strictly routine that I, like, really, really love. And I'll just watch it on repeat for a couple days. And this was the first time I really, really got attached to one and just watched it on repeat. And it's not even my favorite routine of theirs. It's my favorite salsa from the series and ever. But it's not my favorite routine from Joe and Diane. That one is next week. But I still love this routine so much. It is my second favorite routine of theirs. Again, my favorite salsa. It's just amazing. And I will go into my reasoning now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Here we go. So he is such a spectacle in this. Like, he is the moment. Joe is the moment. The way that he's on the stage at the start, and they lower him down, and they take off his jacket. Sorry, his Technicolor Dreamcoat. My bad. And then they spin him up. Johannes spinning him on his shoulders is so freaking cool. Yes. And then they put the coat back on him at the end, and they raise him back up on their shoulders and lift him into the sky. The way that they form a stool and a picture frame around him, like, that is some king shit. Like, that is amazing. He is a spectacle. He is the moment. He is the center of attention. Everyone look at him. Also, the backup dancers with their, like, matching attire and outfits, it made them feel like flamboyant bodyguards, or like almost like they were living parts of the set. It was just like so cool. It was in a way that like none of the other routines did it with the backup dancers. I just think that they absolutely nailed it on this one. It made the whole thing so much better, and it helped making Joe even more of the spectacle, which we love. This routine is pure joy. Like, it is just pure joy. It makes me so happy. Rewatching it again for this, I got choked up just remembering the first time. I like really, really got attached to it, remembering just all of the fond feelings I have with this routine. I love it a lot. There's a reason it's one of my favorites ever. I think it's like my third favorite Strictly routine ever. Oh my god, I love it. I love it so, so much. It makes me so happy. Nothing beats it. Nothing beats Technicolor Dreamcoat. I'm just kidding. 2 other routines do. One of them is not even from the series, but anyway, so this routine, this one got an 8 from Craig, a 9 from Darcy, a 9 from Shirley, and a 10 from Bruno. Bruno understood the assignment and was correct in giving it a 10, and once again, Craig is a hater. Craig always on his hater shit. Okay, so dance off this episode. So this once again put Pashley in the dance off for their quick step. And I do not understand why they have been in the dance off 2 weeks back to back. Like, why are people hating for no good reason at all? They've literally been slaying so hard, got the first perfect score Like, what is your reasoning here? The only thing I can think of is, like, if she won, it would just be, like, too predictable. So people were like, all right, just get her out of the competition. She's doing too good. We cannot handle this much of a sleigh, which, like, I understand. But, like, get used to it. Ashley Roberts is here, and she is setting the world on fire. Like, I'm so sorry that you can't handle all that. Anyway, so it was Ashley for their quick step and Charles and Karen for their rumba. And all of the judges chose to save Pashley, thank God. Not that I hate Charles and Karen, but just like Pashley did so much of a better routine, so I'm glad that they got saved. Charles and Karen are now eliminated, though, sadly. They were a great team. It was sad to see them go. But again, in this instance, I do agree with saving Ashley and Pasha. I usually agree with who they save minus once this series. Okay, anyway, so that is it for these 2 episodes. Wow, we did it, guys. Next week is the end. I'm not ready for it to be over. No, I love talking about Series 16, but that means that we are getting closer and closer to Series 22 of Strictly. A brand new series, a brand new cast, brand new teams and routines. I am so excited to watch it in September when it starts airing. I hope you guys are excited too. I don't know if I'll come back and do an episode for the launch show, but maybe I will, just to discuss the teams and stuff, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, so I can't say keep dancing because that slogan is already taken, so instead I will say keep schmooving and grooving, my lovely people. I will see you all next week.